Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for June 1, 2022, the Deutsche Bank Rated Edition. And we begin with 2 stories on this topic. The first one comes to us from CNBC. The German police raided Deutsche Bank's DWS unit in Frankfurt. DWS is Deutsche Bank's ESG group. And the allegations are that Deutsche Bank and specifically the DWS group was greenwashing. The Securities and Exchange Commission and Germany's financial regulator BaFin have separate investigations into DWS. The DWS says it's cooperating, but apparently they aren't cooperating enough as the German police raided them. Our second story comes to us from the Wall Street Journal, and that is the now soon-to-be former CEO of Deutsche Bank's DWS unit has resigned after the police raid. The chief executive of the asset management subsidiary will step down. He's run the group since 2018, and he will resign effective June 9 at the annual meeting. The leadership changes were made after the Frankfurt's public prosecutor, along with BaFin and federal criminal police, raided the group. The raid continues the legal troubles of Deutsche Bank. They cannot seem to do compliance, anti-money laundering, and now allegations of greenwashing against them. One really has to wonder about the culture of this bank, or perhaps not. Next, a very interesting article in Bloomberg that the CEO of a Swedish company called Klarna Bank AB posted a list of employees who were fired by the company on LinkedIn. The CEO said that he had mixed feelings about this document because it reflected both the caliber of the staff and hard decisions. He did not consult the individual employees nor the union that they belonged to prior to posting this. You have to wonder what on earth he was thinking about invading the privacy of people. First he fires and now publicly announces, hey, we fired you on LinkedIn. Interestingly, recruiters found this document useful because they now have a talent pool to draw from, but it has certainly polarized the internet or recruiting in Europe. And finally, the Supreme Court blocked Texas' attempt to regulate social media platforms like the social media platforms are a government entity, which of course they're not. It was really an attempt by Texas to destroy Facebook and other social media platforms that they think are unfair to right-wing nutbags. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.